কোনো প্রবলেম নাই অপু ভাই। আমি জাস্ট ওই ভিউ বুকের লিঙ্কটা সো দ্যাট আমি চ্যাটে দিতে পারি স্টুডেন্টদেরকে।
Yeah, sure.
দে ক্যান হ্যাভ আ কপি। আমি ওটা জাস্ট রেডি করতেছিলাম।
All right.
ওকে।
All right. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining with us. We are back with our webinar session. So, welcoming everyone. Thank you for attending our webinar. So, today we will be discussing about Dalhousie University. Dalhousie University is one of the oldest public university in Canada. It's in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So, it's a very beautiful university, to be very honest. And we're proud to have with us the Assistant Registrar, Mr. Kazim Rahman. Thank you very much for joining with us today. We already know that Dalhousie University has been able to maintain its reputation in tremendous amount of time, with recently the QS ranking reaching in the 300 category. We are very much positive that Dalhousie will be able to manage its reputation in the coming years as well. Also, in terms of international students who are planning to study for the undergrad and the postgrad from our country, they find Dalhousie University one of the good option for their career aspect. So I would like to have this floor. I would like to hand over this floor to you to discuss more about of Dalhousie University.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Opu Bhai, for giving me the floor. Thank you, Opu Bhai, Saifur Bhai, and the WEMS team for organizing this live session. As Opu Bhai mentioned, I'm Kazim Ashfiqur Rahman. I'm working as the Assistant Registrar International Recruitment and Admissions at Dalhousie University. And I'm also proud to be here as a former Bangladeshi international student here in Canada. So I can tie into a lot of my experience that I have it and in Nova Scotia and in Canada in general. So I take pride to assist my you know people who are planning, students especially who are planning to come from Bangladesh, to give them like uh, the necessary information to make an informed decision when coming to Canada. So this is going to be a very short presentation. What I'm going to do before my presentation, I'm going to put a link in the chat here. This is a link to the view book that I'll be sharing in my presentation, so that you can follow along and you can refer to it later. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to take some questions. And also I think the team here at from WEMS also, they'll take part in if there's any question that's more specific to them. So I'll just go on the presentation. Okay, slides and PDFs. Okay, share screen. Okay. All right. I think everyone can see my screen here. Obaway, if you can just give me a quick thumbs up if everything looks good.
Yeah, sure. We can see it. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So yes, this is welcome. So we are Dalhousie University. We are located right on the beautiful port city of Halifax, Nova Scotia. So Dalhousie University was established in 1818. We are a little over 200-year-old university, and we have had a long standing history of providing world-class education. We are one of the top U15 university in Canada. Uh, and we are most well known for our research work, and engaging in the community, making delivering cutting edge um, content when it comes to education, making sure that we are all up to date. So that's Dalhousie University for you. Um, so just to give some stats here, basically how big is Dalhousie University? So we have about 21,000 students in total, and of that, around 17,000 are undergraduate students. We have 13 different faculties where we offer 200 plus programs across these 13 different faculties. In terms of our student population or demographic, 63% of our student population is out of province, which makes it a very popular destination for a lot of students who are not from Nova Scotia. most of these coming from Ontario, Alberta, and BC, the bigger provinces, and 21% is international, coming from 100 plus different countries. So it's a very diverse student population that you'll be studying with. Um, we have about 130 plus master's and PhD programs. Every year, we invest about $67 million in undergraduate financial support, 258 almost $260 million in research funding, and in just I know that ranking is very important in students, especially from Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. It's a very
Absolutely.
important metric. So we are 65th in the university, 65th university in the world, according to the Times Impact ranking, in the top 18%, and also the top U15 university, where we rank, I think, 12th at this point in terms of ranking. But there are some other ranking that you can check in our website as well. This is just to mention a few, but there are many that are there as well that you can take a look at. Now, quickly taking a look at where we are located, this is like a small snapshot of where we are located exactly. So we are right on, as I said, Dalhousie University is located in the port city of Halifax, but we have an agricultural campus as well, which is located in Truro, Nova Scotia, which is 1 hour drive away from Halifax. So I know for a lot of people, they want to know where exactly. So we are an hour and a half flight from Toronto and New York, which is almost about the same distance, and about an hour flight from Montreal as well. And we are right on the Atlantic Ocean, so we are right by the ocean. So if you fly from London, it is about a 6 hour flight from London. So that's Halifax for you. We get a lot of questions. This is one of the common misconceptions that I have heard among a lot of Bangladeshi people, is that for some reason they think that Halifax is very cold. It's much colder than Toronto, Montreal, some of the other more inland cities. But Halifax has the second warmest winter in Canada after Vancouver. So the Vancouver is in West Coast, which is right by the Pacific, and we are right by the Atlantic. So we have the second warmest winter, which is pretty nice. Like, to be honest, my wife, she studied at York University. She lived in Toronto, so she finds Halifax as a very pleasant winter compared to Toronto as well. So again, the fact that we are right by the ocean, we have some warm currents that comes from the south, and it keeps our winter pretty mild, not very extreme. So it's a very pleasant place to be. And during the summer, it's a very beautiful place. The ocean is close by. There's a lot of natural landscapes that you can visit. So it's a very beautiful place to be in. So Halifax is a city of 500,000 people, which is almost around 5 lakhs. So it's not a very big city when you compare with Dhaka. Obviously, Dhaka is one of the most metropolitan cities in the world. But even if when you compare it with Toronto and Montreal, it's a very small city. But I find it, as an international student myself, when I first came to Halifax, it is the perfect size. It has the big city flair with a small city charm as well. So everything is close by. You don't have to commute a whole lot. Doing your groceries or even going to your work, it's pretty accessible, and the city is within walkable distance in itself. Now let's talk about campus life and local community. We do have a very vibrant community within Halifax, so there's a lot of activities that are going around. Everything is within walking distance. The Halifax Public Library, Spring Garden Road, Central Library, the waterfront, you name it, everything is within close distance. You see these are called scooties in Halifax, so this is becoming very popular nowadays. You can rent it. Some students buy it out to go from one class to the other. This is a very active mode of transportation that students are using nowadays, and you can basically roam around the city with a scooty. That's how.
Also, it's very much user friendly. Also, the environmental friendliness comes with it.
Exactly. These are rechargeable. A lot of the students are moving towards, you have an app that you can use. It's called HFX Scooters, so you can use that. Or I've seen some students, the government gives rebates as these are renewable. and these are more energy friendly. So they do even give rebates on some scooters if you buy it, and they can, if you give them the receipts, they can give you some money back on that as well. But then again, you also have a student bus pass, so that is again embedded in your tuition fee. You can take the bus anytime, and it's not a problem. Like, you can go to any part of the city. I think on the background here you're seeing there's a ferry that's going across. So this is a ferry that connects Halifax, which is on this side, to Dartmouth on the other side. um, so Dartmouth is basically our sister city, which is right on the other side of the harbor. So you can even use the ferry. So all the bus, ferry, everything, you can use it with that bus pass. It's a sticker that they put on your student ID, and you just show it and you get onto the bus. So that's how convenient it is to go around in Halifax. So
Pretty
that's
convenient.
some very convenient. It's a very convenient. I know Saifur Bhai was here from the CEO of WEMS, I think last year, and he can give a testament on how small and cozy it is. Now let's talk about support system. So we do understand as an institution at Dell that it's a big transition, that when you're coming from when you're coming from high school to university, I think this is the first step towards adulthood, where you're starting to make decisions on your own. And we see students moving out of province, even like move to cities within, like, from small towns. And in this case, we are having like international student moving halfway across the world to Dalhousie, which is a big step. So we want to make sure that you have the necessary support to make sure that you feel welcomed here in Dalhousie University, and you can also adjust with this new life that you're going to have. So there's a ton of support, student support and academic support, that are available to Canadian students, and the same supports are available to international students as well. But international students needs a little bit more support when it comes to transitioning into Dalhousie University. So there are a few that I'm just going to mention here. These are extra supports that are extended to international university. The first one is our international center. This is a dedicated advisor. There are dedicated advisors from Dalhousie University that are here that can help you with anything. Like, you need your study permit extension, you need some advice on how to get a co-op work permit. They can definitely help you with it. If you want to go on an exchange program in any part of the world, they can help you with that as well. So it's the international center can help you with anything, any questions that you might have. You can reach out to them. If they don't have the answers, they can guide you to the right department. Then you have access to the health and dental care. So health and dental care, so the medical services works a little bit differently in Canada. You need to have an insurance. It's not like Bangladesh, you go and pay up and basically use it as you go. So you have to have an insurance, and then the insurance company takes care of anything. So if you need any medical emergency or you need to see a doctor, you'll have a student health and dental care, which is provided by the student union, and that is going to cover you if you need to see the doctor. And then the study permit and the visa support systems are there as well, which I just mentioned. If you need any help with that, there's a designated team that can help you with it. Now let's quickly come to the faculties and programs that we have here. So on the left hand side here, these are all the programs that are offered in our Truro campus. So everything that is related to agriculture, aquaculture, animal science, some business and social sciences program and engineering program are offered in Truro as well, in their initial year, but then you have to complete them in the main Halifax campus. But the programs on the right hand side are basically all your main programs that are offered in our Halifax campus. So again, we have a faculty of arts where we offer Bachelor of Arts, and these are the majors that are offered. We have a faculty of computer science where we offer Bachelor of Applied Computer Science, which is basically a hybrid of computer science and business education. And then we have the regular Bachelor of Computer Science, which is also, I think, equivalent to the CSC that you get in Bangladesh. So you get a major in Bachelor of Computer Science, and you can do a certificate in any of these areas that are mentioned here: AI and intelligent system, communication technologies, cybersecurity. Then we have our Faculty of Engineering, which is one of our most popular faculties. So the Bachelor of Engineering, we offer it. And these are the majors that are available: chemical, civil, electrical. We have a full-fledged computer engineering now, environmental, industrial, and mechanical. And then we have a certificate in biomedical engineering as well. Then we have Faculty of Health. So these are the bachelors that are available in the Faculty of Health. Then we have a Faculty of Management, where we offer a Bachelor of Commerce and a Bachelor of Management. So for Bachelor of Commerce, these are the majors that we offer within the Bachelor of Commerce. And then for Bachelor of Management, which has an optional internship option. So we have this entrepreneurship and innovation and all these major options as well. Lastly, we have a Faculty of Science, where we offer Bachelor of Science, and we offer major in these areas listed. And lastly, we have a Bachelor of Science, which is the Medical Sciences stream. That's also there as well. I think most of you are seeing there's a small co-op written in most, like when it comes to Bachelor of Applied Computer Science, Bachelor of Computer Science, even engineering. So I'm going to
Yes.
go into that. So co-op is basically like a paid work internship, and I'm going to get into that in like 1 or 2 minutes from here. Next up, we want to also the admission requirement for getting into any of these program. I think in the chat there, I have given a link of this view book here, so you can access it yourself. You can go over this exact same information again. You don't have to remember it all. If you have any further questions, once you go through it, you can always come back and get back to us. So this is a very handy tool here based on, so doesn't matter which faculty you're looking to go in, we are looking for 5 subjects in total. In your HSC, in your O levels and A levels, we're looking for 5 subjects in total. So depending on which program you want to go, so the lenient requirement is our arts faculty. So for arts, we're going to look at your English plus 4 additional academic course, and it can be any 4. If you have more than 4, let's say if you have 6, 7 courses, we're going to select the best 4 that you have. And the strictest rule is around the engineering requirement. So for engineering, we require English language. At your English language, we require your pre-calculus math. And this is also called science math or academic math. It's also called science math or higher math, plus chemistry and physics, plus 1 additional academic course. So the requirement here is more strict. You have 4 required courses that you have to fulfill, plus 1 additional. In most cases, we're looking for an average of 75% or higher in these 5 courses, the average in these 5 courses. And then you have computer science as well, which is English, science, math, plus 3 additional. Then for commerce, we need English, we need academic math, which is called the general math, plus 3 additional academic courses. So these are the requirements. So for students who are completing their HSC, the National Curriculum HSC certificate, they have to fulfill these 5 courses. For students who are coming from the British pattern education system, we are looking for basically 5 subjects with at least 2 completed A-level course. I'm going to like zoom this a little bit here so that you can see it a little better. So for students who are coming from the British pattern system, so we're looking for 5 subjects with at least 2 completed A-level course, which is your AS and A2 both, or 4 AS level courses with grades of C or higher. So the way it's going to work, if you have 2 completed A-level course, we're going to look at 3 of your O-level. And if you have 4 AS level course, we're going to look at 1 of your O-level. So that's how it's going to work. In terms of math requirement, pre-calculus required at least, so for any program here that requires a pre-calculus, which is the science math, we are going to look at your AS level math. And for all other program that requires academic math, which is like mostly the sciences, like applied computer science, computer design, computer science, for that we are going to require IGCSE or O level math. And for English, if you have a minimum of B in English, O level English, you will be exempt from English proficiency a requirement. But again, it's from the university side. But for visa purposes, I think it will be best if you have an IELTS or any other English proficiency, accepted English proficiency there as well. And now let's talk about. I think what we started was what is co-op. So at Dalhousie University, we recognize that you know. Everybody has a degree now, but what sets you apart is your work experience that comes with the in-class learning. So that's something that we take in pride in Dalhousie University. 90% of our students take part in experiential or work integrated learning opportunity. So these can be in the form of co-op education, internship, practicum and placements, field courses, and study abroad or international exchange course programs as well. So the way co-op works is that it's a paid work internship that you do. So these are 4 months long, and you can do up to 3 terms. So either you can do it with the same employer for 3 separate terms, or you can do it with 3 different employers. The good thing about co-op is that you're gaining industry experience while you're studying. You're earning way higher than minimum wage in most cases. And the chances of you getting a job offer or getting into your career right away, um, before after your graduation, or even before you graduate, is much higher than someone who doesn't do co-op. This year we're proud to feature one of our students. His name is John McIsaac. He did co-op with the Aston Martin Formula One team in UK, and he did 1 year of co-op with them. So he was there for 1 year. He completed the 3 terms, and he came back. Now he's completing his mechanical engineering degree. So that's how co-op works. You can get it done in one go, or if you want to do a 1 term, take a break, like study and then come back, you can do that as well. And another good thing is that you're not only restricted within Canada. You can do co-op in UK, Australia, USA, anywhere, any part of the world. If you think that there's a position in Bangladesh that can give you a co-op experience, you can actually use that as well. If the company can provide necessary document to our co-op department, I think that's something that is doable as well. So co-op is a great way to basically add value to your degree. And next up, we are going to look at basically the tuition fee and the financial award, like the scholarship piece. I know that when planning to study abroad, finance is probably the most important factor when considering where to go and what to study. So these are some of the popular programs that students choose at Dalhousie University. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to go over some of the more popular ones. But a lot of students have questioned why engineering is a little bit more expensive, because engineering students have to take 12 courses instead of the 10 courses per year. So that's why it's a little bit more expensive. But the other programs you're only taking 10 courses. Science is around $33,000. Management is $37,000. Computer science is $37,000. Plus your additional cost, which is your additional living expenses, which, depending on if you're living on campus or living off campus, it is somewhere between $12,000 and $17,000. And books and supplies additional $1,800, but it can be even lesser, because students find innovative ways to basically buy books. A lot of the books can be bought like secondhand, which is much cheaper, so that can come down a little bit as well. One thing that we offer at Dalhousie University, and we are proud to offer that at Dalhousie University, is that our international tuition fee guarantee program. What it means for you is that when you come to Canada as a student, let's say your starting tuition fee is $30,000, but every year, every institution in Canada go through a tuition-free revise, and it increases. It can increase by 3 to 4 thousand. So by the time you graduate, it can go up by a significant amount. For example, when I started back in 2013, when I came to Canada, my tuition fee was only $10,000 a year. By the time I graduated in 2018, it went up to $19,000 a year, which is like nearly double. So
It's a very
it
big
can
hike from the
it is a
starting
big
number.
hike. If you look at it, it doubled over 4 years. It doubled, so from 10,000 to 19,000. So again, it was very hard for me to navigate at that time. In my third year and fourth year, I was really struggling to pay my tuition, but I had some good connection within the university. So I was able to get a lot of scholarships and waivers, and I went on an exchange program that almost saved me like $8 to $9,000. So I was lucky in that instance, but it's not. It can be a very challenging thing. So that is one good thing that we offer at Dalhousie University. So let's say when you're coming in, let's say you're coming for computer science, if your tuition fee is $37,000, we are going to keep it locked in for the next 5 years. It's going to be $37,000 till you graduate. But if you take more than 5 years, you're going to pay the revised amount. Normally, students are expected to graduate within the 4 years, but we're giving you 1 year extra as well. We're giving you 5 years so that you have enough time to graduate within the time and you don't pay any extra money. In terms of scholarship at Dalhousie University, we offer scholarships somewhere between $3,000 and $12,000. Again, $12,000 being the max. In certain cases, you might be able to stack some other scholarship, like smaller scholarships, on top of the maximum $12,000. But that's the scholarship you can look at. In at Dalhousie University, you have to make a separate application for scholarship, which you have to keep in mind as well. Our application deadline is coming on February 15th. So if you're applying before that, you'll be applied for the entrance scholarship. So for that, we are going to require a separate application where we're going to require a personal statement. You can mention about your, if you have any financial stress, if anything, like your extracurricular activity, your ambition, why education at Dalhousie is so important for you. When you write a personal statement, they're going to take a look at it and they're going to assess you based on that. So that's something also to keep in mind. Um, Again, as I said, our campus is right in the heart of Halifax. It's a very beautiful campus. We do understand that in beside your academic, you have a student life as well. So there is a lot of events that we are hosting in and out within the university. These are academic, non-academic events that are happening that you can take a part of. For example, we have the Bengali Student Association. They're doing a lot of events, which is cultural, um, so that you feel welcome to the university. Then we have, other, like, for example, we have an engineering society. So we have about 200 plus societies that you can be a part of. It's just a way to make you feel connected, that you have a place to go. So that's how it is. We have lots of varsity games that are going on, and these are free for students. So we have 250 plus societies. You can play intramural sports, like there are cricket that are being played here as well. There are theater that are happening in our Fountain School of Fine Arts. So you can go and join some of these theater shows for free. You can volunteer on and off campus. We have a mycareer.dal.ca, a portal where you can find all the on-campus jobs. So these are just ways to get more connected with the university. I did that during my time in the university. It gives you a sense of belonging, which I think is very important while you study here, because you're going to spend a significant and one of the most important time of your life at Dalhousie University or any part of the world that you're in. And we want to make sure that you have the necessary support system that you need. And this is at the end, this is basically a timeline that you can refer to. So this marks some of the important dates in order to, because we understand that there are more and more challenges when it comes to, as an international student, when studying abroad, there are more processes now that you have to follow. So we want to make sure that students are aware of some of the important deadlines. So these are where you can find it. So that's pretty much it. That's Dalhousie University. If you have any questions, you can always email international.admissions@dal.ca, or the WEMS team is here. I'm here as well. I'll put my email address so you can contact us, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through. So that's it for the formal part of my presentation. I know it was a lot of information in one go. I think I'll hand it over to Opubhai from here. He can take it on, and we'll get some questions.
Thank you so much, Ben. So, what we can understand from here is that Dalhousie University offers a wide range of facility for the students who are actually planning to do their undergrad and postgraduate over the year. So, one of the key factors which I would like to appreciate is that the co-op opportunity. What happens to that with John? He was able to pursue his dreams of working with the organization which he was dreaming about. So what happens is that the students, they are very much reluctant to know about their possibilities of getting the job after the graduation in post study criteria. So we already know that Dalhousie University offers a very good amount of industrial partnerships. So the students should know that 80% of the students who are actually graduating from the Dalhousie University, they get their first job within their 6 months of timeline. Would you like to add some of the points based on that?
No, I think you have made a really good point here. So that's something that we take pride in Dalhousie University. So again, we have thousands and thousands of students graduating every year. My cousin asked me this one good question, is that um, how your university degree is different. So he said university degree without experience is just a piece of paper. That's pretty much all it is. So
Absolutely.
that's what we focus at Dalhousie University. We want students to get hands-on learning experience. So it's not only about coming, attending classes, attending the lectures, writing the exam, and getting the grades. We want them to come here, be successful, get those work integrate, like experiential learning opportunities in the form of co-op, internship, practicum, research work for some students who are looking to go into research in future. Um, so that's something that we take pride in Dalhousie University. And what it does is that as you have the necessary experience, you are more employable out there in the market, right? If you compare a student that didn't do any of the work, or like the industry related work which they studied in, it's hard for them to manage a job. So now and the workplace is becoming very hyper competitive at this point. So that's where I think, and we have a designated co-op office. And at Dalhousie, some of the programs that I mentioned, which is written co-ops, the fact that it's written co-op, it's mandatory. They have to do co-op. They cannot. So there is a designated department that is going to help them with co-op opportunities, and we do have a lot of partnerships where a lot of the co-op opportunities are basically are there for Dalhousie students as well. So that's where we have industry partnerships as well. We are the only university in in Nova Scotia that can offer an engineering 4-year engineering degree. So we really take pride in that, and our main focus, and we have a long history, long standing reputation that the industry recognizes as well. So we have students here who went on to Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and are working there right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for adding all these details for the students to understand. So, coming up with the questions, uh, most cases what happens is that the students, they wants to know that in terms of the housing, that the crisis that is happening at this point in Canada. So, how would Dalhousie would help them out in terms of finding their housing? Also, what are the benefits of studying, also getting the accommodation from within the campus? Since from my experience, what I have heard from Cypher sir and from your end as well, that Halifax is a very nice town. You get to meet a lot of people, and it's a very healthy area where everyone is very inclusive, also welcoming in terms of culture and other aspects as well. So, how does a student find themselves in terms of finding the accommodation while studying in the Halifax?
Absolutely. So that's a really good question. Again, accommodation is a big concern right now, and it is not only in Halifax. Any part of Canada that you go, you're going to find the same issue everywhere. So you have one option. Again, if you have the capacity, I know that it's a financial commitment to make, but for first year, I would recommend that if you can live on campus, to live on campus if you can, because um, there's a lot of underlying steps when it is to live off campus. So my suggestion is that if you can live on campus for your first year, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than living off campus. But what's happening is that you're coming in, you're settling, but you don't have to worry about anything. Like the university is taking care of everything. You just pay and stay. But again, if you can, like, there are a lot of platforms right now where you can find, like, you can connect with Bangladeshi students that are living in Halifax right now.
Right.
For example, the DAL BSA group that I just talked about. We have there's another university where I graduated from, St. Mary's University. They have a Bangladeshi student society as
Right.
well. So a lot of students post there and they see if anybody needs a roommate. So in those ways, you can find some good off-campus accommodation if there's already. But I wouldn't recommend you looking for an off-campus uh, place yourself and then going about it, because there's a whole different layers of it. You have to sign. An international student, when they're coming first time, they need a co-signer or they need a guarantor. So that can be some tricky part. So what we can do from Dalhousie, we have an in our residence, we have an off-campus housing office as well. So they can help you with some off-campus listing that you can take a look at. But also you can go to Facebook Marketplace. I know that there might be some um, what do you call it, some uh, you can see some great listing in Facebook Marketplace as well. But the thing is that you have to watch out. If anybody is asking for advance money, don't give them the money until unless, like, you say that, hey, you know what, I I'm coming here, I can, normally they require like a half a month deposit. But then again, like, don't transfer any money without confirming that,
Unless you visit it.
exactly, like, so that's what it is. So when I was coming to Canada, I got one of my cousin who was living in Toronto at the time. So she spoke with the person and she found out that it was all legitimate, and then she paid the half month's rent deposit upfront. But that's something I'm going to recommend as well. But if you can connect someone within the Bangladeshi community, that will be amazing. We also have some at large Bangladeshi community here in Halifax as well. I'm part of one which is called Bangladesh Canada Friendship Society, BCFS. So if you can find them in Facebook as well. I think they have 1,500 members. So they do help with what um, um, one of our thing that we do is that we try to help all new coming Bangladeshis who are coming to Halifax. Now, it might be like you might need a short-term accommodation for 1 week. In the meantime, you're looking for an apartment or a place. We can help arrange that as well. A lot of the listings, like the roommate or room rent out listings, are there by Bangladeshis as well. So these are pretty legitimate ways that you can find accommodation. From Dalhousie standpoint, we have an off-campus housing office that can help you, or Facebook Marketplace can be a great place as well to look for off-campus housing. And if not, on-campus housing is your best bet for your first year.
Thank you. Thank you so much for pointing it out for us. What happens is that when a university takes a very big amount of responsibility in terms of securing their places, giving them the safety and the assurance that yes, you will be all right with your studies and everything. You don't have to worry about any of the security concerns or getting kicked out from your rent or appraising the rent and everything. So these are the things which students find it very convincing in terms of studying in a university like Dalhousie University. Also, the community which you have mentioned, that I feel like students should take it on a positive note, that they will be able to meet with such a good amount of community people who are very much helpful and thoughtful with the process, that a Bangladeshi student should get the amount of facility so that they are able to do their study in a proper way. So I feel like it's a very good initiative from your end.
No, exactly. That's I think again, I did the same thing when I came here 10 years back. I tried to connect people who were staying in Halifax. So, and that's something we all take pride in. Any Bangladeshi that you connect, they'll be more than happy to help you out. Obviously, I'm here. But yeah, if you need with on off-campus housing, please feel free. Like, you're sure you're coming to Dalhousie, you're looking for off-campus housing. As I said, the WEMS team have my contact information, and I can connect with you. I cannot help you directly, but I can connect you with someone who can help you out with some off-campus accommodation.
Thank you so much, Kazib here. I guess we have reached our general briefing time. So, if we have any of the question, we would like to go through that. Before we start with the question from the student end, I would like to add a few points for the students that we are planning to launch an application day right across our end of this week. So we will be posting the dates soon in our social media as well. So please keep checking on that. And in terms of question, we'll have a few moments of time. Then, if not, then we will continue to go through the conclusion. All right. So I guess yeah, I guess we don't have any questions for today. So, if any of the students who are watching our episode today, if you feel like you have any question or additional requirements which you need to be cleared out, please make sure to give us your message to our WhatsApp page. And also, in terms of Dalhousie University, we will be connected with the Dalhousie University directly, and we will be able to guide you with the admission process and everything. So, yes, thank you very much for attending our session. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Kazi M. Rahman. Bhaiya, thank you so much for attending, for encouraging the students, also letting them know about the informations of Dalhousie University. It was truly insightful for the students also understand how a Bangladeshi student can make a step in terms of guiding their peers, also themselves in Canada. So I believe that it will make a very big opportunity for the students who are actually planning to make their admissions into Dalhousie University. Also, I can understand that you are very early in the morning, so we are very thankful towards your collaboration that you have been able to make a very good amount of time for us within your busy schedule. So thank you very much for attending. If you would like to add a few words for the students.
No, thank you, Opubhai. It's always a pleasure to meet you and the WEMS team. Thank you for organizing this and giving me the platform to share about Dalhousie and Halifax in general. As I said, we are here. So if anybody has any concern at any point, feel free to reach out, and we will be more than happy to help you out in any way we can.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
All
on
right.
that positive note, we will be ending today's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining with us, connecting with us, and be sure to share your information with us so that we will be able to guide you throughout your way. Thank you, everyone.
All
Thank you
right.
for
Thank you,
attending.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye now.